Yeah, so as I mentioned before, they need to actually provide a document, preferably. Sometimes if it's a very basic indicator or system, we accept like an email with just the trade rules written down. So we're still trying to come up with the most perfect way of doing it so that the customer gets what they want. A lot of it is okay. So the idea is we found out throughout the years, 5 years of doing this, there's been a lot of problems with traders um, finding the right way of actually helping these people that don't have maybe the right education of creating project specifications with all the details in and actually what they expect from that. So we're putting more systems in place now to make them more aware of what happens. Like they get their first sort of beta release, and then from that beta release they'll test it, and they might find, because the developer our side cannot sit and test it for weeks and weeks. So there will be bugs. So the whole idea is they will create a project description with as much detail as possible. And they will pass it to the developer, or I pass it to me, I pass it to the developer, and the developer will actually come back with a rough idea of how much it costs. We tell the customer it will cost you this, fixed price and an estimated delivery date. And when the project is delivered to the customer, again, the customer has to test, because we test, but we can't, like I said, test forever. And then there's this like iteration where the product is being tested, and if there's any bugs or any features that are missing from the requirements, then they get fixed free of charge. And then when this process is finished and the customer is happy, then he gets the final product to actually use in a real live environment or whatever, or demo.
Cool. Yeah, so from the more beginner side, when you're creating a strategy, I think you really have to look at what makes sense to you. Like, I think a lot of people buy a course or they buy some mentoring package or whatever, and they say, oh yeah, I'm following this guy and he has a 60% win rate and he's making $100,000 a month, but I don't understand what his strategy does. I don't understand how it works. So I look at them, I'm like, okay, so why are you trying to trade that? And like, they don't know, right? So I think it's really important to understand, does that make sense to you? Number one, does this strategy make sense to you? Can you see why this strategy has an advantage? Number two, excuse me. Have you tested the strategy, and are you excited about it? Like, I guess that's the bigger point. Are you excited about trading it? Does it, if you're very technical and you like to take little pieces out of the market, does it fit with your personality type in that respect? Or do you like to have these, 10 pip stop losses, but you have like 100 pip winners, but maybe you win, like 10% of the time or whatever? Is that more of your thing? So I think that's a really important thing to look at when you're starting out and looking for a strategy.
Well, can I ask you a question, Hugh? When you help people, do you get traders that get a kick out of positions being open, so they feel like they have to have trades on all the time to actually have this sort of adrenaline? This is a problem, I think, with the algorithmic side as well, is that people feel that they must have trades open all the time to have this sort of excitement in the market.
Yeah, totally. It's kind of that like almost gambler's mentality, right? I have to keep trading. Whereas if they backed off a little bit and maybe traded once a day instead of like 10 times a day, they would be way more profitable.
Definitely.
Yeah. Is that something you find too?
Yeah,
when
definitely.
You optimize?
So people, they want trading systems, but they want it to open so many trades. They don't realize that every time a trade opens, they're being charged commission and spread and stuff. And then some of the best trading systems automated only open maybe one trade a week. So if you look at the end result at the end of the year, it's about how much net profit you've made and how much you actually risked of your main capital. That's more important than how many positions actually opened up over that period of time. So even if it's 3 trades, it doesn't really matter. So I find that that's a problem with a lot of traders. And I don't know if when you're educating traders, it's how to stop them having that sort of, wanting to have so many trades all the time.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think somebody has to be willing to face the facts and look at their journal and say, yeah, I'm trading too much. Otherwise, they're in that like, I have to trade mentality.
Yeah.
They're just chasing profits, right?
Right, yeah, okay.
They can probably hire my wife or my mom. They both like to tell me no a lot, so having as a coach over
trade
there.
Management service.
Yeah, exactly. No. But mom, but baby, no. And something you both mentioned over there is